So we started talking about our next product that we're going to teach people on the Kins domains how to make, and we're going to manufacture it. And Dana Dwight from the Forbidden Leaf is going to be out here in a week teaching us how to make hemp soap. And that's the reason we have these golden stones out here, because if you notice that this soap, Forbidden Leaf, is a beautiful, beautiful all-natural hemp seed oil soap. Dana is a perfectionist, just like our formulator in our Herbogenics line with the hemp protein, with the cordyceps and the AFA and spirulina and the other thing I can never pronounce in it. You know, it says a long name, but it's really, really healthy. She's a perfectionist, and she experiments with her oils and her hemp lotions and stuff. But the hemp soap she's going to teach people how to make on Kins domains, and it's a very, very beautiful green, and the other one's clear with little flower specks in there. So this will be the second product that we're going to roll out, and oddly enough, we decided to put gemstones inside the hemp soap as well. So that's why we had these out. And if you notice, Joe is going to take this back to Brazil, and he's drilled a little hole and stuck a gemstone, see what it would look like, and put another one in here. And here's actually one sticking out, just so we can see how the color looks. So Joe, what is your thought about gemstones inside this green colored hemp soap?
They don't show as well if it was clear, naturally, because of the contrast. But I think it looks good. Mm-hmm.
So, and that's why we had these stones this big. Actually, we do have some this big from the previous batch that you sold me. But
I was concerned about a small stone. If you take a bath and get down to where the stone is, it's going to go down the drain.
Oh, so in other words, you were advising us to put bigger stones in the more expensive, bigger stones. So, well, we have to listen to the expert, folks. I'm sorry. We will not have little stones like these in the hemp soap. We can only use the bigger stones so it doesn't go down the drain, on advice of our expert miner. Okay, so that's the next product we'll be rolling out. And like I said, we will be teaching the Kins domains people and people how to move back to the land. At least 200 models on how to make money while you move back to land. Another one that we're talking about, I was on the internet the other day and I saw this video. Joe watched it with me. I said, Joe, look at this. Look at this little girl. She's moving out to the woods, and look how cute she is. She's making these pendants, and her name is Alicia, and she's up in Canada. And her story was really sweet and captivating. She lived in a city. She got a little bit depressed because none of her friends who just want to go out and drink were concerned about the problems of the world, and it really affected her. This is what I got from watching her YouTube video. And I said, I would really like to help her in her marketing, which is what we do, okay? We're helping other Kins domains as well as ours by demonstrating it. And this is something that sells out of Russia. In fact, I just have Joni, our secretary and personal assistant, actually. You're not supposed to use the word secretary, right? It's personal assistant now. But I'm politically incorrect all the time. They come with these, they sell these cedars. I bought this when Vladimir Murgay, the author of the series of books, the Ringing Cedars of Russia, came here and spoke, and it was an amazing, very enjoyable thing. So we're going to get a price on getting 1,000 of these. But the idea came from Alicia, because she makes these little cedar things, and I said, Joe, what can we do for gemstones? Because she puts little beads on it. And I said, let's make it a more expensive, nicer pendant, and we'll sell them for her. I actually emailed her from her website, We Are Wildness. Well, it'll be on the video. It's right here on the video, okay? And so I said, and so he said these right here would go. Tell us what your idea was.
Yeah, the roulated quartz, we can drill it. Actually, these were made to be drilled and to make the necklaces, kind of like a pearl string, but a roulated quartz. So we'll just drill all the way through and put them on the put it on this cord, and so we'll have a roulated quartz on on each side.
All right. And that would make you're keeping the integrity of the ringing cedars of Russia, a cedar little branch here, or a little part of a branch, and there's a whole story that you want to read about why you want to buy these ringing cedars.
The metaphysical properties are
yeah.
the same as the gemstones.
Yeah, it's an amazing story. Anyone who hasn't read this series of books really needs to read this series of books. It's one of the most amazing series. I've read the entire series twice, and you really don't understand a lot of what we're doing and why things work so well, and just sort of start coming together effortlessly, unless you read the series of books. They'll tell you why. And by the way, speaking of the metaphysical properties of gemstones, you said so. But anyways, to finish up, we're gonna see if we can work with Alicia to help her build her Kin's domain in Canada, or wherever she wants to build a Kin's domain. Because guys, not to be a wise guy, my history, I can sell millions of dollars of anything. It's not what you do, it's how you do it. And how I want to do it is by supporting the Kin's domains and building Kin's domains all over America and all over the world. So that's what we're doing here in this division of our public company. But you mentioned a book about the metaphysical properties of gemstones. What is that book?
Melody, she's the #1 authority for metaphysical properties of stones. And all stones have electrical charge. And these are quartz crystals here, just a plain, and there'll be an electrical charge in this. Some people can feel it more than others because they have the ability to feel the energy more so than others. But all gemstones have electrical properties, and so even though this is rough, by the time when you facet it, they still carry over the same electrical charges.
And now this stone, which my wife actually bought for me from you last night, tell us a little bit about what this is and where it was cut and
This is a new find of amethyst from the state of Bahia, which is a state right north of Minas Gerais. This is something that once in a lifetime we find a pocket of this quality. This is like in the diamond business, this would be a D flawless diamond. This would be a 20 karat D flawless. But this is about 90 carats of the finest purple amethyst, no inclusions, no banding, no color interference. And so you've got one of my best stones that I found in the last 40 years.
Oh, thanks to my wife, she got it.
Yeah.
It was adorable seeing the two of them trying to negotiate.
But it's something that we don't get very often.
And to me, it's fascinating because it actually, when you look at the side of it, it looks like to me, sacred geometry facets in there.
That's the new cut we call a checkerboard top. The little squares. Most tradition cut of a gemstone would be a straight facet, a table with facets around it. This has no table. It's just looks like a checkerboard. Exactly, that's why we name it a checkerboard. And this has been very popular the last couple years. It started about 5 years ago. Now, if you look at all the jewelry TV marketing, and there's a lot of checkerboards on the market. And this was cut in my son's cutting shop.
So your cutting shop, okay,
Yeah,
great.
Yeah, this is everything here has been cut in my son's cutting shop.
Well, who's a better cutter, you or your son?
My son's a better cutter.
Who's a better miner?
I'm the better miner.
Okay. Okay. And I'm putting this, they say you should put the gemstones on the pulse points of your, in your wrist or on your ankle, so I have this in my sock near my pulse point. Let's talk about the next generation of hemp candles. Now this is not our current label. The current label you can see on our website with a sort of like Anastasia, and we're going to talk to Patch Adams about putting his picture right in the little spot there, because this first run of candles will raise significant money because we're giving such a huge rebate. It's unheard of in the industry. This is a marketing evolution, a revolution, where no one gives 40% rebate to the individual and 40% rebate to a nonprofit. It's more like 2.5% is standard out there in the marketplace. But we want to exaggerate the examples to show people and give them these beautiful gemstones as a thank you for supporting what Patch is doing, and also as a thank you to Patch Adams for the work he's been doing all these years, and with very, very little support. And when I met Patch, I said, look, Patch, that's my job. I'm supposed to fund the people to change the world. All right? You know how to change the entire healthcare industry, and so thank you, Patch, for being there, because without you, I wouldn't have a job. Who would I fund?